Thanks to awesome fans like you, we are in season 6 of Inside Athletics, brought to you by the IAAF. I'm your host, Atto Bolden. It's a very special day here on the show because we have the reigning Olympic and world heptathlon champion, Nafi Thiam of Belgium. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So I look back at your path towards becoming Olympic and world champion, and there's nothing really in your junior results that says, yes, this is somebody who is certainly going to be the dominant heptathlete of her generation. So tell me a little bit about maybe what you thought as a junior athlete your prospects were as a senior.
Since I was a kid, I always wanted to get better and improve myself, but I never really thought about professional career. I was not dreaming about that.
Right.
Then I did my first world championship with the youth in Lille. I remember it was really awesome experience. I was so happy to be there. I finished fourth. I was really happy with the results. And but I was not really training much at that time. And after that, I thought, okay, I like that. I want to do more championship like that. So let's put more effort into athletics. So I started training more and more. And when I was 18, indoors, I did really good in the pentathlon. Broke the world record, and that's really where I realized I was able to do something good and take part of the championship with the senior. Then I went to my first senior championship in Göteborg. I was super afraid, and and that's really where I started doing championship with the big girls, and I really wanted to do more of it and going up in the ranking years after years, but I really never thought I would be where I am now.
So your father's from Senegal,
Yeah.
and your mother is Belgian. African parents tend to be very, very hard on their children. They want great things for their children. So what is your father's response to where his daughter has achieved, where his daughter has arrived in terms of world athletics?
Of course, he's really proud.
Yeah.
And my dad, he always told me when I was younger, don't push too much, don't do too much. I think it was a bit like my mother. It was a bit afraid that I would hurt myself or that would be too harsh on myself.
Yeah.
Because when I want something, I really go for it. I really do the sacrifice I have to do, and I was not so much at home. And yeah, my parents are not living together anymore, but I couldn't see them so much, and my father saw it too. It was like, yeah, don't do too much, like you young, and then everything happened, and he's really proud. Yeah, my mom too.
So where do you go from here? So you have won two of the biggest things you can win in this sport, and now you will hear the inevitable questions. What about the world record? The world record's been there for, almost 30 years now. It belongs to one of my icons and heroes in the sport, Jackie Joyner-Kersee. Is that something that you yourself and your coach go, okay, based on what you have done in the last 2 years, we project that in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, you will be at the age and at the experience where you can take some serious shots at it? Or is that not even a thought?
Personally, I really don't think about it. I think I'm still far from it, and I always try to do things step by step.
Yeah.
I think it's important to put goals not too far from you to keep going, keeping the motivation. Maybe my coach is thinking about it because actually he always have really high goals for me, but
As he should.
Yeah, he's always been right, so no, I really trust him. But I'm not thinking about the world record, to be honest. I think, of course, the European record is not so far from Carolina Kluft, 19 points. But again, am I still able to do what I did in Goodies? That was so amazing, 7,000 points. Can I do it again? I don't know. But that's the same that with Rio and London. I worked very hard all year, but I always try not to think too much about I don't want to put too much pressure on me. Right. I had a lot from the outside, and I always thought, okay, if you put pressure on you too, you're gonna die somewhere on the way. So Um, yeah, I try to focus on my improvements because I think anyway improving is the only way you can reach those records one day. Um, but yeah, the world record is a bit too far actually at the moment.
So you talked about your influence and you in your home country and more young ladies sort of picking up the event. That the heptathlon, it can be very streaky sometimes. You can see somebody who, I think back to Olympics past where one event goes well and the next one is bad. And the next one you rebound and the next one is bad. Your Rio performance was remarkable because you got on a hot streak and started rattling off PRs, I believe in 5 of the 7 events. When you look back at that performance, how were you able to do that with the pressure of the Olympic Games? How were you able to get in there and start to rattle off those PRs, not just in one event, but at event after event after event?
I think it's really because at every event I really took it like on a individual scale. Started the hurdle. Okay, I was in the Olympic Games. That was my first. I was so happy to be there in Rio. Wow! And I started very good. It was already a PB. So yeah, I was happy. I was even more motivated. I was like, okay, you're in good form. You're in good shape. Just carry on. And then the high jump I did very good too. And I really didn't thought about medal until after the long jump. So in the javelin throw, I had a lot of pressure because I was like, okay, now I can get a medal. But I thought if I had been started with that pressure from the beginning, maybe it wouldn't have been that good because I really did every event being free in my mind and thinking, yeah, you did super good at the one just before, you can do it again, you're doing great today. And it was only positive and no pressure. And yeah, really until the end in the javelin, it was way more hard for me because I was thinking a lot. I was really stressed. But yeah, I think that's what helped me.
Well, you were one of the few Olympic champions who 12 months later was able to sort of back up your Olympic title in London.
But to be honest, after Rio, I had a lot of doubts because yeah, I did a big PB there, and I was thinking, okay, I did 6,800. Maybe I reached my maximum. Am I able to do more, or is it going to be hard from now? And I'm going to go less and less better, and this is the start of the end of my career. I was thinking really a lot, and actually it was weird because I never thought about that before. I never thought about where I could go, where I could stop, and yeah. Plus all these new things in Belgium that they just discovered me because I was really unknown before, and there was really a lot of new things. And for a few months, I really was not sure where I was going anymore. I was too much with the university too. A lot of things running on my.
You're still in school, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, it took me a few weeks, 2 or 3 months, to really go back to what was the most important. Athletics is my passion. I want to still improve myself. I think I'm still able to do great things, and I just thought, okay, stop thinking about that. That's futility. That's not important. And just train, do what you always did. Yeah, track is where I feel comfortable, where I really feel like I belong. So yeah, I just went back to my own mindset, and yeah, I think with all the work I did in 2016, because I really put a lot of work, it's continued paid off in 17 and allowed me to do what I did.
You mentioned that you're still in school, and it seemed like you referenced a little bit the fact that, look, now that you're getting all this attention, I have found that in the past, when somebody becomes a champion, the thing that's the hardest to manage is not the on-the-track stuff. It's the off-the-track stuff, because now you have sponsors and awards, and you have all these other people who want your time because you're the Olympic and world champion. How have you dealt with the demands on your time? Because, I mean, when we talk about track and field in your country, it's you and then everybody else. So how have you dealt with that?
It was really hard in the beginning because, as I said, it was all new for me. Yeah. But for me, the most important is athletics and it's school, because I've been raised, it's always been learned that having a degree is important. Yeah. And I might be a champion in Belgium, but athletics in Belgium is not so big, and yeah, I'm gonna have to work after, and I want to work in something I like, and that's a reality. I need to get that degree, and I also want it because that's a goal for me. I've been working hard for a few years already, so yeah, that's something I explained to my manager. Okay, my degree is important. I need to go to class because if I don't go to class, I'm not gonna get my degree.
Right.
But I still need to train too because if I don't train, I'm not gonna perform. So that's the two things that really matters to me, and you're gonna have to work with that. Okay, so they know that and they respect it, and my coach respects it too. And knowing that we all know where we're going, and I've sponsored. They know the situation, and they want to. That's also, I think, a side that they like about me, and why I went to with those sponsors. And I don't have so much, and I can really give my time, what's left of my time, to them. And I think it's all about the organization. Everybody knows the situation. Everybody knows what he has to do. How we can do it. When I'm free, when I'm not free, everything is clear between everybody. And actually, that's really not a problem.
So you have 7 events to train for every day. I don't imagine you train every day for every event, but being around a lot of heptathletes in the past, I know that sometimes the training is the hardest part of multi-eventing. We saw Ashton Eaton and his wife sort of retire after 2016 saying, we still love the heptathlon and the decathlon, but we hate the training, so goodbye. Tell me about what your training looks like, and what are the things that you find yourself working on more than maybe other events?
Well, we have a normal week when I'm not in training camp. So when I'm in Belgium, we have days for each, not event, but I mean, Monday and Friday, it's always in the gym. And running distance, longer distance. Tuesday and Thursday, we're gonna do sprint and long jump. Wednesday and Saturday, because I'm not training with the group anymore on those days, I'm gonna do what they don't do, like throwing. Yeah, 6 days a week. I always have a Sunday off, always.
Thank God.
That's the rule. And yeah, sometimes we're gonna have some week. I'm gonna have 2 trainings on the Tuesday and the Thursday on the Friday. So it really depends of the week, but we all has the same schema, the same schedule. And so it's also good for me to know when I'm going on that day, okay, I know I'm going to do that event. Am I going to do shot put, it's going to be okay, or am I going to suffer and do 800? So yeah, but this is my coach doing all this, planning everything. And I just trust him, and as long as I feel good, and because it's important, I think, to listen to your body. But yeah, the way we're working is really fitting me.
Despite you saying, I don't really focus on the world record, a lot of people seem to think that you will be the person who can approach that record. When you look at yourself, is the world record going to be necessary for you to feel like you've had a fulfilled career?
As I see things, there's a lot of things happening in my life. Yeah, I'm Olympic champion now, world champion. And of course, I did a lot of sacrifice for it. Yeah. I worked hard, but I know it's not necessary. There's a lot of, it's not everything. There's a lot of athletes working hard, doing everything they can, and they cannot reach what the goal they put in. And I did, and I really feel blessed for that. And everything is happening to me, I see it as a blessing, yes. And I really want to enjoy every part of it. I don't know where it's gonna stop. I don't know until where I'm able to go, and I'm gonna fight to see until where I can go. But if I have to stop before a world record, or if I have to stop tomorrow, yes. I will accept it, because what I lived, and I know what I give to athletics. Right. I really had way more back. So yeah, I'm just gonna carry on until I can, do my best, take everything I can take, good things, bad things, because that's what life it's made of. And I think, yeah, if I carry on improving and I get closer and closer to that world record one day, of course I'm gonna want to get more and get it, but I think it's a bit too soon for that now. And even if I never reach it, as I said, I really try to enjoy everything I'm able to get, and I'm not the kind of not being satisfied with everything I achieved.
That's a fantastic perspective. You're a great champion for your country, your region, and one of the best personalities in the sport. So continued success to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.